What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
Are you glad to hear our voice again this week?
How we feeling?
I'm feeling great.
That's
I had a good day, positive vibes. It was amazing.
Honestly, I'm not doing well because I ain't get my releasement of my payment for my unemployment. So you know what? I'm not doing well. We are not okay.
To the end of the road.
This was a very long, prosperous road. Thank you, TWC, for allowing us.
You belong to me. I belong to you. We belong together.
I know, and I think that out of professionalism, you should let us know if you really cutting us off, okay? Because we don't know about the stimmy. Even though I say it's coming, we don't know when.
I don't believe shit that comes out of that orange man's mouth. So
I ain't been working, so y'all gotta at least inform me that I gotta get a job. Like, I just feel so played right now. Because I've been looking at my fucking account like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know, girl. But we are back at it again with another messy-ass episode of Sip and Spill, where we create conversations all while
sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
Okay, and I'm ambitious, a boss, a bitch, Teray. Hello.
Okay, all right. Well, first and foremost, thank you all who've been supporting us and shit, and sending up some love comments and shit, and all the haters who've been saying some hater shit. That we love you too. Okay?
Have we really been having haters?
We always got haters. Yeah, that's the ones, especially on Twitter.
It's lonely at the top, okay?
It is. It is. So let's get into some fun facts.
Okay, some fun facts.
My fun fact is, over the weekend, I was in Chicago to help my brother move back to Texas. We drove 16 hours from Chicago to Houston, and we stopped at Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, actually, which was a cool little black town. We were staying next to a little black historic museum, and I wanted to know. It was cool, yeah. I went in there, looked at some stuff. They had they were talking about the girl who was the first black girl to get segregated into a school.
Yes,
kindergartner.
Ruby Bridges.
Yeah, she
y'all
was
please
the first
don't let me be wrong. I think it's Ruby. It's Ruby.
And she had to have like all those police officers escort her to school and stuff. So they had a little a museum about her. It was really cool. And then we drove back to Houston, and now I'm back.
Back to stay here, talk shit, and sip wine.
Period.
Okay, so my fun fact is, out of all the daughters that my mother has, because my mom has 4. No, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. I'm the only one without kids. That's a fun fact. You know why? Because everyone always asks you, when you having kids? When you getting married? And I'm just out here trying to live life. Why can't we just fucking recognize all the aunties out there?
I think we should stop asking women when they're going to have kids.
Exactly, because I think
that's disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful, because what makes you think that, 1, they can have kids,
right.
2, that they want kids, and 3, that they can provide for kids. I think
who knows if they haven't been trying.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that we should stop asking those questions, even though it's a fun fact for me that I'm the only one that doesn't have a child. Stop asking me when I'm going to have a child, y'all, because I'm 26, fabulous, and fine, okay? So leave me the fuck alone.
All right, so let's get some wine facts. So I got this wine because I've never heard this brand of wine. They're called Rhone.
Rhone?
Rhone, yes. It's a whole brand at Total Wine. It's called
That's
Rhone.
Really fancy.
They all have, they're all from Rhone. And it's a wine from France. It's called Côtes de Rhone.
Okay.
I probably said that really, really wrong, so don't talk about my accent. It is a fruity, middleweight wine. It's best paired with a fine ash chocolate man and some chocolate ice cream.
Yes, chocolate man and chocolate ice cream. Hello.
That's my 2 favorite things mixed together.
I hate chocolate ice cream.
Scissor. Yeah, so let's try to see what it tastes like. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a medium body, so it won't be heavy.
Yourself? Interesting.
When did we start pouring the other person first?
If you check back on the videos for the last few weeks, every time it's me, I'll be like, Mademoiselle. And then you be like, oh, you poured mine first. You always say that. So you know what? Catch the vibe, okay? Let's see.
It's going to be probably like a Pinot Noir, maybe.
It smells like a red blend.
It is a red blend. I wasn't expecting that kick. It's
not a kick. It's really light, actually.
To me, it's drier than what I expected.
It reminds me of that wine we had on All Things Adulting.
Yeah, the middle one.
Yeah, we were just all like chilling, and the next thing you know, we was off our ass.
Yeah. I don't know. It's from Home to Heritage, so I'm sorry, Homage to Heritage.
Homage to Heritage.
That sounds like some KKK white shit.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But it's from France, so I guess it can't be.
And it's 14.5% alcohol percentage.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
That's not that. We might get a little lit.
You know what? Because we've been through worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's get into some tea time. tea time.
So those of you who have ever used syrup or eaten a fucking pancake
Okay.
is familiar with Aunt Jemima. And people are calling for the Aunt Jemima, what do you call it? Her face, her caricature, whatever you want to call it.
They're trying to rebrand it.
They want to rebrand it because they say it's racist. It promotes the mammy stereotype, and they feel like black people have moved past that, and she should no longer be the face of a syrup and a pancake mix. And her relative is saying that no, we want to keep her because that's her legacy. You're erasing her legacy. There's a reason why she is on there, and they want to continue collecting the coins from it. And I'm not even mad at that.
I'm not either. Let's think about it. Historically, if you just think about after slavery, most of the people raising your children, white people, were black women.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you guys want to now act like it's too racist or too this or too that. I think if they don't have a problem with it, why do you have a problem with it? You just want to rebrand it and whitewash it because when our kids have kids, they won't even know that Aunt Jemima started as white. It's probably going to turn into what?
Started as black.
Aunt Johnson,
yeah.
Aunt Jessie, Aunt something. Like, let Aunt Jemima be Aunt Jemima. And if we don't have a problem with it, don't try to make it your coon thing because you want to change it up.
I don't feel like it's racist. Nancy Green was given an opportunity, which is a lady in the face, and she was able to make coins off of it, millions of dollars off of it. So what's the issue? Okay, let the family collect their coins from the fucking packaging. Okay.
The issue is it's not a white person. That's why it's an issue, and it's owned by Quaker Oats. Quaker Oats is white people. Yeah. So yes, I'm just saying that it's not a big deal. Let her keep it. Not. And I think that is a legacy that needs to go on because you know what? We are due our money anyways.
Right.
Speaking of whitewashing, they are taking down Confederate statues all around the world. They started, not too long ago? What was it?
Yeah, honestly, they've been taking Confederate flags for a while, but I feel like now they're being more prominent with it and doing it more.
Well, now it's not illegal to do it because before it was illegal to do those kind of things like vandalism of these things.
I think it's still illegal. They just don't give a fuck anymore. They're just doing it, yeah.
Wow.
As they should. When do we ever build statues of losers? The South lost. The Confederate lost.
That is definitely true.
So why do they have statues?
But there's still Confederate flags that are waving loud and proud.
Y'all are fucking losers.
Y'all did lose. Y'all did fucking lose. And I think the flag is actually a constant reminder that you fucking lost.
That you're a loser, okay? And that you want to keep slavery.
Oh, of course. And then also to add on to the whitewashing and the ideal of the Western societal ideas, Sean Keane made
Who's also a white man, okay?
He's a white man that stands for the Black Lives Matter, okay?
He do. So he try to pass as black. We know you ain't black, Sean
Keane. He does try to pass as black.
He really do. You tried it, Sean. We know you're a white man.
No, I saw he made a post and it said, if we're taking down the Confederate statues, let's take down the imagery of a white Jesus, X, Y, and Z.
Period.
If you are reading the Bible, you see that they said that he has ivory skin and wool.
It's olive skin.
Olive skin.
And wool hair.
Wool hair.
Yeah.
I don't read the Bible, y'all. But you know what? I made sure I found this today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if that's the case,
that's a brown person.
That's a brown person. Because wool hair, y'all know how it feel with that 4C hair, okay?
Yeah. And so. Yeah, exactly. We all know Jesus was a brown skinned person.
We do.
He's from Jerusalem.
He's from Jerusalem.
What white nigga from Jerusalem?
But they want to have that narrative that there's only white Jews.
Yeah.
And that's not true.
And that's not true.
At all.
So Jesus is maybe not a black man, but he was a person of color.
He was a person of color.
So this whole blue-eyed, long hair Jesus is.
He looks like a hippie, actually.
I don't know who that white man is.
That's a hippie that was somewhere on, what is it called? Damn, y'all. Let's just
move past that. Watching Pose today while I was doing my hair because I did my hair today, y'all. And
you did today?
Yeah, I did
today. I did it yesterday.
I started yesterday.
Girl, I did my hair yesterday. I was struggling. Well, I didn't even do my hair. I really just took my crochet out and I look like Coolio under this, y'all.
All I did was take my braids out and I washed it and I braided like half my hair. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to sleep. So I braided the other half today and then crocheted it today. And that was it. But I was watching this show called Pose, and I'm so late to Pose. Maybe because the Pose just get on Netflix. I think that's why I'm late.
It's because you know how Netflix gets it in seasons. They don't ever get it as the episodes come out.
Right. So that's why I'm late, because I don't watch cable. But Pose is a great show, and the category is
LGBTIA. I think that's what it is. LGBTQIA.
QIA. Yeah. So the episode I was watching, Blanca, one of the characters, which I love Blanca, her mother died. And she wasn't able to properly say goodbye to her mother. And the last things she said to her mother was very hateful, hurtful things. And that got me thinking, like, wow, like, me and my father don't have the best relationship. And that we should forgive, to me, that I forgive my father for whatever XYZ that I feel like he should be forgiven for me to move on and mend the relationship I have with my father for me to fully grow and move on to as a person. So that comes to our topic of conversation is mending relationships.
Period.
Yeah.
Mending relationships, just that simple.
So growing up, me, my dad, a lot of people have the same story. You know how niggas ain't shit. So and especially having an African father, they don't understand how to properly care for a child. They think taking care of a child is giving them money and that's it. They don't understand that they have to have a relationship with their child, and also know how to not be verbally and physically abusive. Yeah. All they know is power, strength. This is how a man leads. This is what a man does. Yeah. But they don't know that when a 4-year-old spills milk, she doesn't need her ass beat. Yeah. You know? So I think it's very important for me to mend my relationship with my father because I think it's affecting my dating life. Yeah. And I think it's affecting, and when I was watching that episode, I broke down crying because I was like, wow, like, I don't want that to be me. Because if my dad's old, he's in his 70s. Yikes. So he could, So
broke at any time.
He could, you know. So and he has a lot of health issues: diabetic, high blood pressure. He's been in a car accident. He's stroked out a couple times. So there's a lot of things that that could make him go any minute. And I didn't even call my dad for Father's Day. Yeah. And my brother told me to, but I was like, why? Because he didn't call me for my birthday. Yeah. Why should we be the one to reach out when you're the one that fucked up the relationship? Yeah. But as I was saying, I feel like my horrible relationship with my father is affecting the way I view men and how I date and how I do things. And for me to move on as an adult, I feel like I have to mend that relationship with him, even though how hard it fucking is, because you know African parents be so fucking hard-headed. Like, how do you ever how to teach an adult how to be teach your parents how to be, you know, it's hard raising your parents. Like, really?
I feel you. I understand where you're at, because I think I'm at the same place when it comes to me and my father. Yeah. I think, because I have an African father as well, but my father's a lot younger. My father's probably like 48, 49 maybe, give or take. I don't even actually know his age because that shows you how long. It's been it actually have been maybe 10 years since I spoke to my father. Mm-hmm.
There was a period in my life where I went 6 years without talking to my dad. And
to me, it kind of was like a shell shock because when I was younger, me and my father were so close. Because
really?
Yeah, it's weird. It is because him and my mom, they were like never really married or never together. Right. But they had they lived close to each other. So like he lived a block away from us. And I would always go over to my dad's house like every other weekend or every often. So, and like I remember one time when you said that it shows you how like you feel about dating, it also reminds me of like my father, because he called himself Black Jesus. No, I mean dead ass. He called himself Black Jesus. And with Black Jesus, he had the 12 disciples. And with the 12 disciples were his 12 girlfriends. Kids? No, his 12 girlfriends.
Whoa!
Yeah. So he took me on a cross-country tour, and I met like maybe 3 or 4 of his girlfriends. And he was like, yeah, she's one of my disciples.
And they all know each other?
They have to, because my daddy was not shit. Like, you know when someone ain't shit and they so proud about not being shit that they just like...
He took you on a world tour to be his girlfriends?
Yes, I met like at least 3 of his girlfriends. And I was like, wow, men are really out here like that. So I think it does affect me how I view dating, and how sometimes commitment to me just really scares me. Because I'm like, you can be so committed to someone and they're just going to do whatever the fuck they want to do because they can do it. But that's beside the fact of me and his, him and his personal life. Me and his relationship, I don't think...
Because you can be an ain't shit boyfriend, but a good dad.
Yeah, and I think that when he's present, he was good. But I think... he needs help. He needs guidance when it comes to it, because me and my sister are his only kids. So he only has 2 kids in this world, and he doesn't even give a fuck about them.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy that I always am like hearing from my aunt and my uncle and my cousins from my dad's side, because I'm just like, why are y'all so willing and open to talk to us and reach out to us? Like, they're reaching out to us. and we're not reaching out to them. So to me, it's just like with my father, when it comes to mending relationships, I don't feel like it's my responsibility to fix something that I did not break. I don't think that I should go out of my way to make him feel comfortable in talking about the situation that clearly that you fucked up. Because I haven't talked to you since 2010. That's my sister's graduation when she graduated from high school.
Right.
I graduated from college. She's graduated from college. It's been so much time in between that's happened in between. And my sister has talked to him since. Like my older sister, she's talked to him, but I haven't. And the thing is with me...
But she's reached out. She was the one that reached out to him.
And with me, I forgave my dad. Like, I've already forgiven him. Like, I was going through my meditation one day, and it was talking about envision yourself in someone that you feel like needs forgiveness. And I'm not even angry at my dad no more. Okay. But guess what? You still ain't shit.
Right.
You still not shit, but I'm not angry anymore. I don't think that I got to keep blaming you, but I do need to reparent myself. I need to get all those ideals in my head that I have about a father or relationships out of my head and redefine what I think that looks like, because that affected me a lot when it came to as a child and as an adult looking for a mate that I want to be with for life.
Right.
So
yeah, I think if it wasn't for having my two older brothers that was like always there for me and making sure like I had a positive male role model in my life, I would probably be putting Poppy on a handstand right now.
I still put Poppy on a handstand.
You know
with
what?
The right shit.
Me too. I ain't gonna lie. Especially in the scamming section.
I'm gonna say ain't nothing wrong with popping a little bit of pussy. You feel me?
Okay, but honestly, I feel like I have to move forward for my sake and mend a relationship for my sake, and like get to know my roots and get to know about him. Because you know what? Maybe his father wasn't shit. Honestly, I know his father wasn't shit. So he's just doing, I feel like maybe he was doing the best he can with what he knew.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what was it. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I understand that, but I just feel we too grown. And I think that
sometimes you got to parent your parents.
You do have to parent your parent, and that's not my responsibility.
Yeah.
I didn't bring you into this world. It's the other way around. So if you know that what you went through as a child was damaging to who you are now as an adult, as a parent, as X, Y, and Z, you should try to do better. At least try. And I don't even know if my dad has ever tried.
Yeah.
I think that he was just whatever was convenient, whatever was easy. When things got hard, when he had to actually take a look at himself and how he's parenting or how he interacts with his own children, it had to be a drawback, and was like, I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
So
that's definitely my thing. Is I don't want to pass down toxic teachings to my children. Yeah. Whatever generation curses that we have, I want it to end with me, and that's it. And that's why I'm so protective of my niece and making sure she's brought up in the best environment possible, because we need to end these generation curses. Once you know better, do better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a couple ways you can mend these relationships if you want to.
Yeah,
you know, think of the present and not the past. You know, it's very hard. It's very easy to get caught up in the past and dwell on it and think of all the negative things and how someone has hurt you and how it's affected you right now. And I'm speaking from experience, but me staying in the past of all the horrible things my dad has done to me and my family doesn't do anything good for me as a person right now. Yep. It actually stunts my growth, because I am not looking forward to the future. I am stuck in the past. So honestly, stay in the present. That's the most important thing.
I think another thing people have to realize when it comes to mending relationships, even though this is like the easiest thing to do, it's also the hardest thing to do. Reach out to them, honestly.
Because the way my pride set up.
Right, because pride and ego makes it so easy for us to be like, fuck it. They not hitting me up, I'm not going to hit them up. That's even more when it comes to, it's more than just friendships and like parent relationships. It's like relationships. Coworkers. It's like
you gotta be cordial with your coworkers. I know you might not like the bitch, but you gotta be nice to the bitch.
So it's like, reach out, because you don't even know where they're at with their head, and you don't know what their mindset is. So reaching out, it's just like, just do it. It's like you never know what you're gonna get yourself into, but do that shit, man.
Is there anyone that you might want to reach out to?
Like mending relationship wise?
Yeah, that you should reach out to?
I don't think that. I think I'm one of those people. I cut you off for a reason, sis.
Okay, so you're not taking your own advice.
I don't take my own advice, but guess what? I have great advice because I lived through it. Like, when I did say that one day when I did have like that revelation that I really do forgive my dad and I'm over being angry with him, I actually reached out to his wife, And she was receptive, but like they haven't called me. I gave them my number and everything. I was like, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that was a few months ago too. Because I remember I told my sister, I was like, you know what? I'm on this path of like, I want to heal myself.
Yeah.
I said, I actually want to go to Vegas. I said, I want us to get our own hotel, and I would like to, get to know our dad as an adult. Because I said, as a child, we saw him as a superhero. We saw him as this, and the third. So I'm like,
how old were you when you realized that when you saw your parent as a regular human being and not as a parent?
I think as a child. I think when I saw him do so many fucked up things, I'm just like, he's a person. Like he's not this person I'm envisioning in my head as a superhero that can't do no wrong. Like he's a legitimate person, and he is showing me the actions of humans and like what they do. And I think that I love that he brought me into that world, but I hate that he brought me into that world, because now my mindset when it comes to relationships and viewing how, how to navigate them and how I feel about commitment, it's all stems from him. And I don't think I can get over it until I get right with him. But I don't want to get right with him because...
Girl, you stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I am.
Because I forgive him.
I do.
But I can't move on yet because I haven't forgiven,
No, I forgave him. I can move on because I forgave him, but I can't heal this part of me until I get to know him.
Okay. Well, I think I was 21 because I stopped living with my dad when I was 15 was when we left. And it was so crazy because, y'all, what happened was my mom was fed up. She was like, luckily my sister, rest in peace to her beautiful soul, was like, we can't live here anymore. We can't live with this person anymore. It's too toxic. It's too abusive. And she pushed my mom to get out the relationship. Yeah. So honestly, what my mom did was she got a house. I went to school in one house, came back in a different house. When he went to work, she packed up the whole entire house, packed up what she needed, went to a new house. And I came to school in a whole different... it was a new house when I came to school.
That's what it takes, man.
And and honestly, that's the most courageous thing my mom could do, because my mom was so self-dependent on my dad. Yeah. And for her to just pack up the house and move out without telling that nigga shit, and that nigga came home to an empty house. Okay? Like, okay, fuck you thought, nigga. You thought I was gonna stay here and deal with your abuse? And honestly, I thank my mom for that, because she put us in a better situation. But it wasn't until I was 21 until I realized that my mom is just, she a regular ass person. Like, she makes mistakes. She's not like anything super. She does dumb shit sometimes and fucks up. And I was like, wow, I did not know parents were not perfect all the time.
That's crazy.
Right. So another way to mend relationships is setting boundaries. Because I feel like, yes, because a lot of times someone crosses the boundaries and you don't say anything, and you keep allowing this person to cross that same boundaries. You're like, fuck it, I don't want to fuck with you no more. But if you want to mend that relationship with that person, let that boundaries be known, so that person knows they can never cross that boundary again. Period. And if they do cross that boundary again, cut that bitch off. and don't cut that bitch off. And don't try to mend that relationship again, because that person clearly don't respect you.
I don't know why I couldn't get that out, y'all. Another way to mend the relationship is by... don't play the blame game. Don't live as in what they did. Don't play a tit for tat.
Yeah.
Just when you are coming to someone, once again, I said when you're reaching out to someone, come to them with open arms. Be open to what they have to say, open to how they feel, and always understand that, like, where they're at now is not where they're always going to be.
So don't be like, you did this to me, and you're the reason why I'm like this.
Exactly, yeah. So stop playing the blame game and be an adult and actually have a conversation, because, like I keep saying, the easiest thing is the hardest thing to do, because us as adults, we are so easily triggered by emotions that we forget at sometimes that some people, not everyone has the same heart as you.
Yeah, that's true. And last but not least, like I said, forgive, and forgive. And that is the only way you can move on, I think, is if you forgive this person. And you don't even have to forgive this person for the person. Forgive them for yourself. Because all the time, people think forgiveness is for the other person, but I think forgiveness is for yourself. And even if you never talk to that person ever again, just know that you're good, and that person's probably living, and that person's I'm sorry, not that person. You're probably living rent-free 24/7 in that person's head, while you know,
struggling, or X, Y, and Z.
You doing what you doing, you pussy popping on a handstand, not even thinking about that person.
But no, that also goes with what I have to say lastly too, is that you have to apologize. Yeah. Like, apologizing really just sets a standard.
I don't know what that word is.
Me either. But you know what? I think it's like when you apologize, that means that you're acknowledging someone else's feelings, and validating that, because sometimes people, like you said, it's not for you, it's for them. Sometimes people need to hear that you are acknowledging their feelings in the moment. If someone feels like you treated them like a fucking not shit ass bitch when they were acting like a not shit ass bitch to you, acknowledge that you feel like you were played. Say you're sorry. Allow that shit to be what it needs to be. And then go through all the fucking stages of grief of what y'all need to do. But honestly, mending a relationship is like, has so many layers and tiers to it that it's like, that if you don't choose to mend these relationships, that can affect, like, these are the effects of when you don't think that mending a relationship is actually beneficial for you.
It can affect the people around you. And I know someone who has a terrible relationship with their baby daddy because she's hurt from what he did to her in the past. And I know a lot of you women can relate, because we know niggas ain't shit.
Never gonna be shit.
They never gonna be shit.
Niggas ain't shit forever.
Times 2 squared. But she is holding on to the past, and she is not allowing this man to be there for his child, because she is hurt from what he did to her while they were in a relationship. And girl, let that man see his kids. Girl, I don't believe in using a child to pretty much hurt him. Yeah. Because you're not hurting him, you're hurting the child more than anything. So he would try to make an effort to see his child, do this, do that, and she'll just be like, no. You know, she wouldn't let him see the child unless she's there with him. So he's not allowed to pick up his child and take the child let's say Chuck E. Cheese. You know, the only way he can see his child is if she's present. And if she's present, if he says something, she finds some way to have an argument with him in front of the child. Yeah. Because she hasn't mended that relationship with him. And now this child is suffering because all she sees is mommy and daddy arguing. Yeah. Because you're hurt over what daddy did in the past, but daddy's not with you no more.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it's very important for baby mamas, please stop using your child as a weapon against a man. Yeah. And niggas, stop being weekend daddies. Yeah. I don't, any man who sees a child 4 days out of the month is not a bad to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
That's not enough.
But also when you're saying, like, you know, how she was bitter and that she wasn't allowing him to be a father. Yeah. It goes with what I'm saying, because if you don't mend that relationship with your baby daddy or with a person that's really hurting you, you're not giving yourself a chance to heal. If you're not giving yourself a chance to heal, the next man you're with or the next partner that you're with is going to get the raft or the hurt that you have dealing with, or that baggage that you have, because you were still stuck on niggas ain't shit, niggas was never gonna be shit, niggas
or bitches ain't shit. Niggas be hurt too.
Yeah, that's true.
Niggas get hurt one time in 3rd grade, and that's a wrap. That's it. That's a wrap. So you don't want to live this life with regret.
Exactly. Honestly. So even if it was a bad breakup, I think mending it heals someone in the relationship. Even if the person that wasn't the one that got hurt, I think it does heal something, because it makes you feel like you're not the problem. It just probably was y'all's problems just didn't coincide.
Yeah. I think niggas need this lesson more than us. I feel like they just don't ever amend relationships. They just like
ghost you.
They just go past it. And it's like, wow. So niggas, learn how to amend. Learn how to talk about your feelings. It's okay.
It is.
It's okay. I like a guy who talks about their feelings.
Not even that. Like, therapy is real. If you don't want to confide in your woman, confide in someone that is
I don't understand that. Why would you not want to confide in your partner?
Because men want to be alphas and be strong all the time and act like nothing bothers them until it bothers them.
Yeah, that's not realistic.
That's not realistic, but it's the world that we live in.
Right. And like, one thing is certain in this world is that nothing is uncertain. One thing is certain in this world is that this life is full of uncertainties. And that goes back to my dad, where anything can happen, you know? And I need to make sure I mend that relationship with him to not be, I don't want to live life, I don't regret what happened. Yeah, I don't want the last words that I said to him was, I hate you.
That's the last words you said to him?
Something similar.
Chile. I mean, if my dad was to die, I know I ain't said nothing disrespectful to him. So I'm like,
yeah, you know, so I don't know, maybe I walked out on him, something like that. It's just every time, because I would help my dad, I take him to doctor's appointments and stuff, but he finds some way to irk me. You know, he finds
some... The nigga's old. He ain't got nothing but time.
And he just like finds some way to talk about stuff of the past, and he'd be like, tell your mom to come back in the house so she can clean it for me. I'm like, bitch, what? You want her to come back so she can clean and cook for you?
I hate niggas.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, not because you want her back or because you miss her. It's because you want someone to watch.
Your dad's single?
Girl, yeah.
Really?
I guess he don't leave the house.
I don't want to be 70 and alone. That'd be so.
That's
sad.
a Drake line. There's a Drake line for everything.
That is. I think he did say who want. I think it's
my mom's favorite line was who the fuck wants to be 70 and alone.
Oh, it's 70 and alone.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like 60 and alone. But you know what, Drake, you right.
Maybe
nigga.
he said 60.
I don't know because I know
Maybe
his mama's
I'm
up
aging
there.
his mama.
I don't know. But you know, white people age like. But no. Also, when it comes to that, I think that when you leave relationships without mending them, you leave it very open-ended. You never get closure. And the biggest problem of not being able to heal, you don't have closure. You don't feel like
Do you need closure though?
Yeah, you do.
I don't know if I need closure because every time I go get closure, I end up getting some dick.
We're not even talking about just sex. We're not talking about relationship-wise. We're just talking about anything.
Right, okay.
Even with a friendship. Like if you guys both come to terms, like for example, Molly and Issa.
I haven't watched Insecure. Don't talk about it. I'm not watching it to all the episodes.
The episodes are all out. They're all out.
Oh, they're all out now?
Yes.
All right, Sheila, it's time to watch Insecure.
Shit.
I'm watching it.
Okay, but yeah, so their friendship, has been very toxic. No, I'm not going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
I'm going to say their friendship has been very toxic.
Oh, it's always been.
Yeah, it's always been toxic. So it's like they're at a place, like in the season, because you've seen it already. Because you've seen the block party and everything.
I saw the first episode and that was it.
No, you didn't. You saw more because you came over to my house and you saw it.
No, I didn't. I only saw the first episode. We planned on doing it.
I watched it with another one of my friends.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're at a place, in this season, because we know how toxic it was, that they had a falling out. So I want to talk more, but shit, fuck it.
Get on it for me. I'm sorry.
Just know if you have.
But I know they had a falling out because Twitter ruins every fucking thing.
Okay, well since you know they have a falling out, they're at a place where they have to mend their relationship, and to see how they mended or how they found a way to do it, it's kind of like it was a closure, but it was actually also like awakening to them. Like, damn, like I like being your friend,
Yeah.
So even if your closure gets you some dick. Even if your closure helps you heal your past relationships, even if your closure gets you to fucking let your baby daddy see him more than 4 times a day, 4 times a week, a month, yeah, 4 times shit. I ain't got no baby. You see
4 times a week is good. If you see your child 4 times a week, I'm happy.
At this point, you ain't even on child support,
right? You don't need to be.
But yeah, I'm just saying that mending relationships helps overall. Like you don't have no hurt or no bad feelings towards anyone.
Right.
So I think mending relationships are always beneficial, regardless if you guys
so
mended
that
and then ended.
Revenge relationship with your daddy, girl.
I plan to, but
okay.
I'm not in a rush to do it because I think I said I'm not in a rush to do it because I forgave him. Like I think that you are so like gung ho on fixing something.
One thing in life is uncertain. Is what?
Death?
Life is full of uncertainties. Yes.
Okay, but
he said that.
If he die, I've never said anything hurtful to him, so I'm not gonna be sad if he dies.
You're not gonna be sad if your dad dies?
No.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah,
because if my dad died, I don't know if I'll be sad.
I never left my father with anything that was hateful or malicious. That's why I always there was a time in my life where I didn't speak to my mom for a whole year and a half.
Okay.
But I was like, and I told everyone, I was like, if she died, cool, because I didn't say anything hurtful to her. Because I know I love my mom to death. And my mom is like one of my best friends. We live like a block away from each other. I know, mommy, I love you. But no. But no, because like when we were going through it, I'm just like, bro, I'm not one of those people that like, because I know how I am. I know I'm a bitch. I know I'm rude. I know I'm this. I know I'm that. So I'm like, let me not even like, I don't even use my words. I feel like my silence is enough for you. So if I'm not speaking to you, if I'm not speaking about you, I'm not creating no energies or nothing around you. So it's like, if you were to leave today, okay, I'll be sad for my mama, my daddy.
Yeah, okay. I understand you say your mama, okay.
But no, if she was to die, I feel like I wasn't gonna feel like I had regret. Like, you're talking about Blanca. She's like, I wish I would have got rid of my mom. I didn't do anything wrong to my mom when we and her like had a falling out. She felt like I did something wrong to her. So once I acknowledged that I felt like I did something wrong to her, which I feel like, damn. I was like, okay. I know you feel.
Regardless how you feel, it's.
I was like, that's what I said. I said I'm acknowledging how you feel, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 and then we've been good ever since. My mom just likes to know that her feelings are valid. That's all she needs.
I feel like that's every human being.
Yeah.
I feel like I like to know my feelings are valid. That's very important to me. Don't invalidate my feelings because whether you feel like it's correct or cool or right.
And most times I feel like everyone's wrong. I'm not gonna lie. That's my biggest problem with why I like lose a lot of friendships.
It's you.
And I'm okay with that.
You okay with losing friendships?
Yeah. I lose friendships all the time. And I'd be okay with it.
That's kind of toxic.
That's not toxic. It's not toxic because if I know my boundary, the thing is, people, you want to label as a toxic, but I think if y'all know who I am, if you know my character, if you know that I'm not a malicious person, because I'm not a malicious person, I go out of my way when it's needed. But if I lose a friendship because of X, Y, and Z, I can admit when I'm wrong. That's very unlikely that I'm wrong, but I can admit when I am wrong.
Maybe. You sure it's very unlikely that you're wrong?
Yes, most times I'm not wrong. Because I think about things a lot logically more than I think about things emotionally. Okay. So when I think about things logically, I'm like, y'all got me fucked up. But when I think about things emotionally, I'm like, oh my God, be my friend, love me. And I think that logic gets me out of friendships and emotion keeps me in friendships. Because I think when I'm emotionally attached to someone, I feel the obligation to always make sure that they're okay. But I think logically, if I do X, Y, and Z, that's what we're here for a reason. Just like with relationships. We got to this point for a reason. Like, even if I love you, even if I like feel like X, Y, and Z, we're here for a reason. That's why I'm saying that my logic kicks in. I'm just like, all right, logically, how am I moving forward from this? Because it's like, if you leave things up to emotions, you will never move on from shit. That's real though.
Yeah, but the only part that gets me is that you're okay with losing friendships because you feel whatever X, Y, Z, and that you are constantly losing friendships. And I feel like that might be a problem if you're constantly losing friends. If you're constantly in a new friend group, like you constantly...
I haven't been in a new friend group in over a year, to be honest, though. Because I'm at a place where I don't really care to make friends. I'm at a place where it's just like, if something happens organically, I don't want it to be forced. That's why the time that I do have for myself, I really just sit there with my thoughts and just think, my next move, I don't want my life to be worried about what my friends are doing.
It's not anything about that. I'm talking about you personally. The fact that you're like constantly losing friends. Like, I don't think that's a good thing to always lose friends.
But sometimes a loss is really not a loss, though. I don't know if even if you've been friends with someone, I've had friends for like 15, 20 years. Not even 20 years. Maybe 15 years. Like, I've had like long-standing friendships that know who I am. I know who they are. Right. So it's like, I've had friendships that lasted the test of time. Okay. It's more of the new friends that I have to try to adjust who I am for them.
Okay.
So that's why I don't think that my new friendships that I lose, it's not really a loss. If I lose my friends for 15 years plus, I'll be fucked up over that shit.
Okay.
Like, I'm losing sleep over that shit. But if I've been friends with you for like a year, and the thing is, I would feel like if I feel lonely where I don't have no friends or someone to call, I would feel like it's a problem. But I always have that group of friends that are like still there for me 5+ years. If our friendship lasted 5 years, we probably gonna be in this bitch forever, because 5 years of me with friendship, it's not easy, because we going through some shit little bit, but then once we get to the fucking other side, we here, bitch. Okay. So yeah, but no, new friends, I don't care about losing. So if you do think that me losing new friends is a problem,
no, I don't think you losing new friends is a problem. But you didn't explain that. You just said you're constantly losing friends.
Oh no, I mean,
so I'm thinking
it's new friends. And okay. I think, and when I'm speaking, it's more of like when I was between 21 and 23. That's when I lost most of my life.
Yeah. There's a period in your life where you lose a lot of friends because you realize that you're going towards a direction and that they might not be going.
Exactly.
And they're just extra baggage that you might need to cut off.
Yeah.
So we all go through a point of our lives where we lose a lot of friends.
In this phase of my life, I'm not losing a lot of friends.
Okay.
The friends.
That's why I was concerned. I was like, sis.
You ain't gotta be concerned though, because I just think that honestly, if I think a relationship is worth salvaging, I'm gonna work for it. Okay. Me personally. But if I don't give it the effort or the watering it needs, it's not important to me. And if it's not important to me, then it should be let go, because I'm a very passionate person in general.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah, I feel the same, because I had to recently let go of a long-term relationship, and I didn't feel like that relationship was worth salvaging.
Exactly.
I did not try at all.
You did not, bitch. Okay, so that also, hold on, that goes to my question that I have. Do you feel like you are always the one to have to be the bigger person when it comes to mending relationships?
With that particular relationship that I'm talking about, yes.
Okay.
It was always me coming to fix things. But on my other relationships, I'm good with my relationship with my girls where we don't. It's whoever fucked up.
Yeah.
It's not ever like, I have to. It's not always me. Mm-hmm. They're not like so hard-headed where like, I know I did wrong, but I don't care. You know, or I'm like, I know I did wrong, but I don't care. Maybe with niggas, you know.
Yeah, with niggas.
Sometimes I know I was when it comes to niggas, I'm never wrong. You fucked up. You don't want to apologize to me. Even if I fucked up, you apologize to me. But yeah, with my friends, I feel like we're all adults. We're all even with you. I feel like anytime I feel like I've offended you or something wrong, I'm like, hey girl, like my bad. Like I was the one that fucked up.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
I think I'm like across the board. I'm never the bigger person. Why? Because I think that I give everyone like such a great grand chance. Because I'm like, I'm not like I keep saying, I'm not a malicious person. I don't ever try to make someone feel low or do something.
You do know people think more highly of themselves than they actually are.
And that might be the problem with me. But the thing is with me, I don't ever think I'm the bigger person, because I think I be chilling. Like, I think that I don't have no bad blood with anyone. So if you were to reach out to me today and we had beef, I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, you know, right. I'm like I said, I take the advice of like, if you reach out to me, it took a lot for you to do that shit. Because I know me. Like, I'm like, fuck that, I ain't hitting them up, you know? So I don't
Does it depend on a relationship though? Like, is there...
No, it doesn't. It can be a relationship. It can be a friendship.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is.
Doesn't matter who it is.
You won't hit them up?
Like, yeah, if I feel like I'm done with you, I'm not going to hit you up, honestly.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
But if you reach out to me, I get a soft spot for you, because I'm like, damn, it took a lot for you to hit me up, because it's been like 3 months, 4 months. Because it's like, the more time happens, you're like, damn, like, I'm okay with living without them.
Right.
So when they finally reappear in your life, you're like, damn.
You see, I guess there's one relationship I could mend. I don't know, but I don't feel like it's worth mending. But I remember my old manager from the Commoner, and the reason why we fell out because
Kiki.
Yeah. Her name was Kiki. Yeah. We fell out because of my ex-friend. Yeah. And she went on. You know how she went on Facebook.
I think it's a relationship you should mend. Why? Because it'll be beneficial for you.
Yeah.
I think that
I thought about reaching out to her because
we need jobs, bitch. We need jobs.
But yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should reach out to her, because even though I feel like it wasn't my fault and how things went, I had nothing to do with me, and I didn't really do anything.
I know, but you're the common denominator
between them.
So it makes you the problem, because when you don't pick a side, like we said, when it comes to like Black Lives Matter, a side.
And I picked a side because that person was my best friend. Yeah. So of course you're gonna pick your best friend's side. Yeah. And apparently,
nah, I'm not. If the money, because you said the money was good, bitch.
The money was good.
So,
but I'm loyal. Like I'm loyal to a fault. So I'm gonna pick my best friend's side. Period. Like even if you wrong, I'm gonna say you right in public, but in the background, I'm gonna tell you, bitch, you wrong. That's the type of person I am.
That's the difference between me. Because if you wrong, I'm gonna let it slide right there, but then we walk, like, I feel like when you said in private, but I'm not gonna play you in front of her, but I'm not gonna let her know that I chose your side. Okay. Like, I feel like with the whole situation with you and her, I would have been fucking Switzerland and be like, trying to, like,
that's not me. I feel like if you my bitch, I'm gonna have your back no matter
what. Okay, bitch, you better
ride
the wheels until you get broke then, because we ain't got no unemployment.
Right.
TWC, call me back.
Girl, that get that, girl, we ain't getting nobody. I emailed the bitch.
I need it.
Girl, anything. But yeah, I'm going to work on probably, because I blocked her and everything. That's my thing. I'm quick to block a bitch.
You are. Bitch, I want you to keep singing this loud up. This so up.
So, I'm going to reach out and then the relationship and hopefully I get a job.
Hopefully, bitch, when you get a job, bitch, I'm jealous.
But yeah. Do you think cutting people off is your toxic trait?
No. I do not. Like I said earlier, I think that I give people a fair chance, and I think I'm a very fair person. I think that my personality is so opening and welcoming to most people, because I don't know people, and I'm so like, hey girl, this is, I'm like, I mean, you've seen me out and about.
I feel like you're that with strangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like that. So I'm like, I'm so open and willing. So just imagine when you're my friend. I'm not a critical friend. I'm not a judgy friend. So I'm pretty open. So I think that when I cut you off, it has to be for a reason. I don't cut people off because they looked at me wrong. I don't cut nobody off because, I guess you want another glass. Like, I don't cut people off for dumbass reasons. That's why I'm saying that, like, I'm so open and cool with everyone. So if something fucking happened, it's because it fucking happened. Like, you had to either fuck my man, call my mom a bitch, or some type of shit. Like,
right.
Other than that, like, I'm chilling. Like, there's nothing that anyone under the sun can do. I think a conversation can fix everything. But if you are not an adult enough to have a conversation with me,
but you not adult enough to have a conversation with other people.
I am an adult to have
okay.
I said I am adult, but I said I'm not gonna be the one to initiate it if I'm not the one that caused the issue. Like, okay. Y'all, sorry, we're gonna get y'all in our business for a second. Like, our issue that we had, the one that we did have, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until I can figure out how I feel about the situation,
right,
until we have the conversation. And then when you came in the conversation, you was already like, well, this, and the third, and I'm like, I'm open to hearing what you have to say. Because remember, I was very open. I was like, What do you have
You
to
were
say?
calm.
I was very calm, cool, and collected because I take a chance to realize, like, I'm like, there's a bigger picture more than the situation that we're in. That's why I'm saying when I cut you off, you got to do some real fucked up shit. Like, so that's why I feel like I don't cut nobody off for a reason, bitch. You know. So do you feel like
I don't think cutting people off is my toxic trait. I think my toxic trait is
blocking people. Bitch, well, block and prosper.
Bitch, that's my whole that's my motto, because I honestly I think on was it on Saturday or something?
Bitch, don't even let you finish a conversation. Block.
I will block you mid conversation. I did that to you know who.
Yeah.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. In the middle of the conversation, I blocked that nigga.
First and foremost, you ain't gonna block me, bitch. I'm gonna get a fucking text app, bitch, and I'm like I was saying.
Girl, I think a couple days ago I blocked 3 people in one day, and I was like, "Who's next? Go. I will block you too." Yeah, I blocked 3 people in one day.
Bitch, you toxic. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm quick to block a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. If you okay with your toxic trait, don't let somebody else tell. Like I'm saying, if I think that me cutting people off is not a problem, and you don't think people block people is a problem,
no,
it's not a fucking problem.
It's not a problem.
Because guess what? Some of y'all people watch mukbang, and that shit's a problem. Okay.
The only thing is a problem is sometimes I block people too fast. Like, let's say a nigga did some shit, and that's not that serious. I block him.
I think
and then
that,
he has to like catch
I
up.
think, hey, you know what? That's a part of self-care. You know, if you want to block someone for self-care, block him out of self-care.
Right.
Guess what?
Or he be out hanging with his friends, and I'm like, oh, really? Okay, block.
I remember. I feel like after this conversation, we got to talk about somebody that I want to talk about because we ain't talked about him in a while.
Oh, girl.
No,
girl.
No, we know.
No, we're not gonna talk about him.
You blocked and prospered him?
Yeah. Well, no, I never blocked him because I didn't care enough. That's how you know I was over it. I didn't even care enough to block him.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, but he tried it, girl. He tried it to come back in my life again after quarantine, and I was like, no, sir.
Okay.
You had your chance.
Do you feel like getting older? Do you find it easier to mend relationships?
For me, no. I don't think so.
Why?
I feel like it's still hard for me because I'm a very prideful person. So I think it's an African thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a person thing. But I feel like no matter how old I get, it's an African thing. Yeah. No matter how old I get, I feel like I'm still gonna have this pride.
Yeah.
So it won't be easier for me. Am I willing to do it? Definitely, if the relationship is worth mending. I'm not the type of person that always feels like they're right. I'm not the type of person that is too prideful to reach out. Because if I feel like I fucked up and I know I fucked up, I can acknowledge it and be like, yeah, you're right. I was wrong in the situation. Mm-hmm. Just like that situation, I was like, yeah, you're right. Like I'm willing to, even when with the whole group message thing for my birthday.
Yeah.
I came up to you. I was like, yeah, like I will come up and say I was wrong in that situation. There's nothing that will stop me from doing that. But if it's not worth mending, bitch, no.
I feel that.
It's not. I'm not going to reach out. I'm not going to try.
I think that being older, it's definitely not easier to mend relationships, but it's easier to forgive. Because for me, I forgive before I mend the relationship because you have to forgive it because then you can talk about it like as an adult. So I can say it's easier to forgive than mend. But mending is like...
Depends on what it is.
It really is.
Some relationships are worth mending.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to lose someone because of pride. Or because you felt like you were not wrong in the situation or because that person hasn't reached out. I don't think it's worth it. But some friendships,
Ami never feels like she's wrong, so...
And that's a problem.
That's not a problem, actually. It's really not. You know why it's not a problem? Because I be chilling. I be chilling. I promise you, I'm the most non-confrontational person until you give me confrontation. That's why I don't find it as a problem, because a person that's like someone's messy as fuck that seeks confrontation for no fucking reason, like that bitch looking at me wrong, or that bitch did not like my post, like, you know, something like that. Like, I don't seek it out.
That's weird.
But I'm saying
someone who does that. That's
but
weird.
I'm saying I don't seek it out, so I don't find it as a problem as me saying that it's not toxic, because it's just like, if I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong. But when I am wrong, I can admit it. But it's very unlikely that I'm usually wrong because I usually do my due diligence before I even get mad.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, what did I do to create the situation? And
okay, I respect that.
I'm gonna say if I did something to create the situation, I'm like, okay, bitch, maybe if you didn't do that, they wouldn't have done that. But if you ain't do nothing, I'm like, okay, bitch, you just tripping. Maybe it's a period week. Oh, I need to stop saying that because I hate people say that it's you're on your period. That's why you're acting that way.
But sometimes it is, though.
It do be. It do.
Because I feel like I'm mean like the first 2 days. And after that, I be chilling.
Okay. Do you feel like relationships even need to be mended? Like, are those the things that need to, like, I know we were talking about that earlier, but I know.
Like, what's your question?
I know, but it's like, do you feel like all relationships need to be mended? That's what I asked. Do you feel like all relationships, like, if you had a falling out with anybody, do you feel like all of them needs to, like,
no, fuck that bitch, fuck that nigga. Sometimes you gotta block and prosper and leave that person in the past.
That's crazy, because I think that relationships need to be mended so you can fucking get over it. I said, closure.
You said forgive, but not mended.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Damn.
So, do they need to be forgiven? Yes. Does it need to be mended? No. Because sometimes you just gotta leave that person. And a lot of times, people are so inclined to keep family members who are toxic because they're family members. Yeah. It's okay to block your mama. It's okay to block your sister. Because sometimes...
And I blocked both of them for a year plus. Ask about me.
It's okay, because you need to take that self-care. Sometimes you can love your sibling, you can love your parents, but you don't have to like them.
Yeah.
And all the times, like, our siblings, their personality is like trash.
Yo.
And you're like...
Can we talk about we're not going to talk about it. Lord, can we talk about it?
You want to talk about it? Or I want to talk about it.
No.
Okay. But sometimes they're
not... sister ain't it. I didn't want to talk about it, but she made me. My heart was on my soul.
Yeah, so sometimes, siblings aren't the best people. Sometimes your mom's not the best person. Sometimes your dad's not the best person.
Yeah.
But you can love and appreciate the person and not like that person. So I feel like we should normalize not keeping toxic relationships no matter who that person is.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your grandma toxic.
Yeah.
Let that bitch go. I'm not to call your grandma a bitch. I'm sorry. I said that back. But...
I mean, it ain't nothing cut that bitch off. They told me, cut that bitch out.
Cut it.
So even if it's your grandma, your mama, your sister, your cousin, if it's toxic,
your own child,
your fucking boyfriend.
No, I'm kidding, not your own child. You can't cut your own child off.
You belong to
the
streets.
I don't like you. You belong to the streets.
But no, honestly,
can you cut your child off? The child don't like you no more.
I mean, emancipation, but that's the child's choice.
But that's the child's choice. But can you cut your... I don't think you can cut... I think it's illegal to stop taking care of your kids.
I mean, my daddy did it, so... Child support, but I still ain't seen a dime.
You didn't get back pay?
No, because my dad has not a job. That's another thing we're going to talk about.
Oh.
He lives off of his leeching wives. He lives off his wives. He has not had a job. My mom's not gotten a payment of child support. That's what I'm saying. Niggas ain't shit forever.
Damn, that's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
That's what a lot of niggas do, though.
Yeah, he's been living off of his wife.
And his wife about how much they make.
And his wife is a nurse.
Also, she makes good money.
She makes great fucking money, but he doesn't have a job. So,
but he has a wife and 12 other girlfriends?
I don't know if he still has the 12 girlfriends,
okay.
But when I was younger, I know. I haven't talked to him in 10 years, so I don't know.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's
what niggas do. They, because you know what? Black women tend to be more successful than black men.
The thing is, his wife is white. Yikes, I know. Drops mic. You can hear a pin drop in this room.
You know what? There was this white man that slid in my DMs, and I was like, do Black Lives Matter? And he was like, yes. And I was like, what are you willing to do to dismantle white supremacy? And that nigga unblocked me. He was so mad at us. But honestly, I feel like any white person, if you want to have a conversation with me and you're white, that's the first I'm asking. Yeah. Do Black Lives Matter? What are you dismantling? What are you doing?
In this time of life, I understand someone having those serious conversations early in the game.
That was the first thing I said to him.
If you ain't the one for me, you ain't the one for me.
I can't talk to one. I don't even. Not that I don't like talking to white people, but my preference is not white men.
Yeah.
So if you already not my preference and you gonna slide in my DMs, nigga, I'm about to ask you: do Black Lives Matter? And what are you doing with your white privilege?
Okay.
Period.
Pooh, and that's on baby.
Okay. But yeah, that was a fun episode. I liked it.
I do. I appreciate y'all for coming on this journey and when to mend relationships, when to let them go, when to know that you not the problem, bitch. Because usually, sometimes you might be the problem, sometimes you might not be the problem, but you guess you know what the fuck? Ami's
always a problem, y'all. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm never the problem.
I'm never the problem.
I respect that because you do think logically more than you think emotionally. So I'm more of an emotional person than a logical person sometimes.
Because I know when I get to emotion, bro, I'm shooting you, your mama, your cousin, your sister, and I'm burning down a fucking building just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it.
Arson.
Yes,
that's
bitch.
illegal.
Lock me up.
You going to jail. You going to jail
Lock
now.
up, won't let me out. They won't let me
now. Please pay me my unemployment.
Okay.
Please, TWC, pay us our unemployment, bitch. I was waiting for that.
And while y'all are deciding if your unemployment's gonna go through or not, y'all need to follow us on the Real Sip and Spill on Facebook, on Instagram, on motherfucking YouTube, because y'all niggas don't know we got a motherfucking YouTube, but we got a motherfucking YouTube. And then it's Sip and Spill 1 on Twitter. Yeah. So, and give us comments, likes, ratings, give us a 5-star, because we some 5-star bitches.
Ow, I love you guys. You're amazing.
Bye.